Ah, ha 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 ha. Oh damn. Damn, 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 damn. Well, let's just get right into it, I guess.
How many times must I tell you? You must never put your life on the line for me.
Mother has always had a fascination for Lord Mortimer, but has never wanted to tell me why.
We are doing our utmost to find your mother as quickly as possible.
Without your mother, hundreds of men of the cloth would have gone to the guillotine.
All I can tell you is I'm looking for my sister.
Do you believe your mother capable of torturing a child?
An agreement for cannons. Lord Mortimer assured me that you are to take over the project on behalf of your mother.
Johann Christoph von Wollner, Minister of Religious Affairs, and Jacques Peroux, French Revolutionary Tribunal Judge. You will find that Lord Mortimer is not what one would call conventional, Monsieur de Richet. Monsieur de Richet, I am arresting you for the murder of Elizabeth Adams.
What? Yeah. Murder? Murder who? Come on. What the fuck is irradiation? Observation with advanced mathematical notion. Sure. Let's go with that.
At last we meet, Monsieur de Richet. Do you mind if I call you Louis?
Please do.
Yes, I do mind.
I wish to apologize wholeheartedly, Louis. I made you cross the seas, and I wasn't even here to welcome you. When I asked you to join us here, it was, of course, in the hope that you would help us find your mother. But an act of horrific violence occurred during the night.
So that is Lord Mortimer.
This is linked to the disappearance of Sarah.
If there's a possible link to my mother, I hope you'll let me know.
In the early hours of the
Fuck,
morning,
I just
Elizabeth
left.
Adams was found dead in her room, savagely mutilated with a knife.
With a knife?
I'll get straight to the point, Louis.
Okay, it's okay.
According to the initial elements at my disposal, you were the last person to see her alive.
Yes, I
last
was.
night do you suspect me?
I want you to tell me everything that happened last night and leave nothing out. Tell me, how did the evening begin?
Divert?
Duchess Hillsborough and I were returning to our rooms when Elizabeth came up to us. She was in a state of panic and insisted that she needed to speak to me. She said she feared for her life. I took my leave of the Duchess and followed Elizabeth to her room.
Fuck! Should have stayed.
Continue.
She insisted we have a drink, without which she refused to confide anything.
What exactly did she want to speak about?
About her childhood with her mom. She thought she seen my mom.
About my mother. She had just found out that I was Sarah de Riche's son. Elizabeth wanted to tell me about the horrors my mother apparently inflicted on her.
Finding out that your own parents had always lied to you. Well, that must not have been an easy thing to hear.
What is this whistling I hear?
I refused to go on drinking with her. She already seemed drunk and her conversation became confused. So, then she ordered me to get out. If only I'd stayed.
Don't blame yourself, Louis. How could you have known? But thank you for
my gut feeling told me not to stay
Louis,
there.
I shan't hide the fact that this tragedy puts me in a very delicate situation. I cannot risk upsetting the smooth operation of our next conference. But the case cannot remain unaddressed. I must reassure my guests, and justice will be done. And for that to happen, I must ask for your help.
Why is that?
You met Elizabeth. You spoke together, I believe. She trusted you. Listen, Louis. Find out who could have committed this murder. I refuse to believe that one of my guests is the murderer. I want to know who is responsible for this. And I trust you. You have my backing. You must stop at nothing. Can I count on you?
Of course. How would you like me to proceed?
Maybe you can start by going to the scene of the crime. Elizabeth was attacked in her room.
Any details about this tragedy? Go there.
Do you have any suspects in mind, my lord?
I spent most of the night talking with Sir Gregory and His Eminence Piaggi. So I think you can remove them from the list of suspects. Monsieur Bonaparte and President Washington left the party after midnight, I believe. They were tired and went up to bed.
Can you tell me anything else about what happened?
Now, Louis, I wouldn't want to influence you. Get over there and form your own opinion.
Suck my dick.
Right. I'll get over there immediately.
Thank you, Louis.
Can I check your room first?
Come back and let me know your findings. I'll be waiting. And Louis, you've got permission to search through the guests' rooms. They've all been notified and they agree.
Ooh, I'm about to be Snoopy Snoop. Oh, what was that? Inventory full. Devil's Horn. What is the Devil's Horn? Okay, what? So I have to... Okay.
Your Eminence, I imagine that you've heard the news about Miss Adams.
What a tragedy, my son. How could such a thing have happened?
That's exactly what I'm trying to find out. Did you notice anything out of the ordinary last night?
I saw the young French soldier, Bonaparte, I believe, hanging around near Miss Adams' room. But
they want me to
would
think
not
it's
want
that
to get
French
an
dude.
innocent man into trouble, Louis.
Exactly.
Probably nothing.
Exactly.
But if I were you, my son, I would talk to
Monsieur who?
Peru.
Peru. Yeah, him. They want me to think it's Peru, but it's I have a feeling it's not. Like it can't be. Where did she go? Cause I left her right away. I didn't stay for that long. So, where the hell did she go? I still don't like this dude. We don't like this dude. I don't know much about him. There's still one more person left out. Servants. So nobody knows.
Remember how violently he set upon Miss Adams.
Oh, don't worry. He's on the list of suspects.
What that? That's a coin. I know. I have to be key with a code.
Dante's Purgatory. Why does your mind presume to flight when you're still like the imperfect grub, the worm before it's attained its final form? Charming.
It can be charming, but I still don't understand that what it was referencing to. Like, what is it? What was that? Really? Why I feel like that's something. Nothing.
Which four-letter word could open this?
Why you say it like that? Change your first letter. I'm gonna go away. I don't want to brute force it. Oh, finally, a collector's coin. Okay, now where's the map? I want around. Yeah, this place. I want to check this place.
Carmelite water will give me a little reprieve. The Nightmare painted by Fuseli in 1781. Pound. Honey, the remedy of the gods.
What are you writing?
I've come to speak about the findings of the investigation, my lord.
No, I haven't, really.
I'm listening, Louis.
I'll be in touch as soon as I have any more information.
So why you have a big ass hole with no safety railings? This is not up to code, my good sir. But anyway, I'm not here to judge. Let's get the fuck out of here. Let's go into everyone's room and just let's start Snoopy Snoop. Which way is this way? Okay, yes. You said I had access to all the rooms. Why is this? Hold up. Hold up. Options, audio, music. I heard something. I heard that the chime. See?
Good day, Monsieur de Richet.
Mr. Volner, are you looking for anything in particular? Next to Elizabeth's room?
No, nothing special.
Lord Mortimer must have informed you of the necessity for everyone to remain in their rooms until further notice.
Certainly, but I'm a guest, not a prisoner. I was looking for a servant, since we don't all, unfortunately, have one at our disposal.
Yeah, right.
I shall leave you now, sir. I will return to my room.
No. Fuck. Whatever. Let's just go in here. Yeah, it was already a mess. They didn't even cover her up? Oh my god. Brutally murdered. Yeah. Oh my god. Don't just stand there.
Has Sir finished with this room?
No. I haven't gone over everything yet.
Sir may take his time. When Sir would like to leave, Sir has only to tell me.
My dear Elizabeth, I'm writing to inform you of... Clock stopped at 3:54. If it was smashed during the murder, then I've just established the time of the crime.
3:54. Huh, okay.
A notebook, written in Elizabeth's handwriting. It is written in a mix of several languages. Not too easy to work out. June 11th. 30 November. 30 November. 30 November. 7. A pistol? Fairly new, I'd say. And judging by the weight of it, fairly light. It's extremely well maintained. The barrel is perfectly clean. It isn't loaded, and there's no traces of gunshot residue. I'd conclude that it hasn't been used recently. There's a few dried traces of blood on the grip. Difficult to know for sure how they got there. A tribute engraved on the barrel. To the liberators of France. Right. I shall have to find its owner.
Well, I feel like I need to check the other dude's room.
Piece of fabric. High quality at that. I'd say it's silk.
See, but it feels like it's...
texture in the gray hue, it must come from a dress, that kind that women of quality wear. Color doesn't correspond to Emily's black outfits, and Elizabeth doesn't have anything quite like this in her wardrobe. Let's take a closer look. It's a little dirty. It must come from the bottom of the dress where it touches the ground. I recognize that moire pattern.
It's the same as the travel dress my mother was wearing when she left. But why the hell did she come into this room?
What am I...
A pentagram? What the hell's been going on here?
I saw this.
Many esoteric rituals are based on this shape.
Uh-huh.
Could Elizabeth have been sacrificed during an occult ritual? Vials of laudanum.
What the hell is latinum?
The label shows that this laudanum comes straight from America. I wonder if Washington's involved.
No.
Blood spatter indicates that the murder must have held Elizabeth upright during the attack. Even if Elizabeth wasn't very big, I doubt she wouldn't have put up a struggle. It takes tremendous strength to overpower someone like that. Knocked over a bottle of wine.
Same thing Elizabeth served me last night. Still just as disgusting. I don't know what's happened to this wine, but it's undrinkable.
See, I told you the one was poison. I want that one. Okay, the blood, okay. Fuck. Wait, I don't want that one. This gay.
The handprint on the handle is really small. I can't imagine a man with a hand that size. It must be from a woman's hand.
It is probably her dagger. Oh, it's her.
Bled to death. Whoever left that footprint has boats for feet. That's at least a size 15. Where's a size like that here? Peru? Washington, maybe.
Okay, so 2 for Washington.
Poor girl bled to death.
Okay. Is there a way to...
footprint has boats for feet. That's at least a size 15. Where's a size like that here? Peru? Washington, maybe.
Always check the legs.
No trace of blows on the legs.
Okay. Why it gotta be? That could have been. Oh, that could have analyzed so. Should have put it to fucking science. Turn to the body. Look at the tattoos.
More tattoos, similar to those on the rest of her body.
Okay, I examine the legs, examine the hands. I don't want to check the hands yet. I know that's probably it. The upper body.
No fewer than 9 wounds on the thorax, with a lot of blood. On first sight, I'd say that's what caused her death. It looks as though the wounds were inflicted from a precise angle, as if the murderer was standing behind Elizabeth. Some of these tattoos are veritable works of... What's that? The skin between her breasts is different. Bloody hell! This tattoo was drawn on a page of leather and stitched onto her skin. Probably during childhood. If the scars are anything to go by. It's the same kind of tattoo as on the rest of her body.
Okay, let's go with the hands.
Blood on the right hand. Nothing on the left except that tattooed symbol. No marks or bruising around the wrists. It doesn't look like she was tied up or held by force. There are numerous marks on the body. She must have fought like a lion. It couldn't have happened without a lot of noise. There are also a number of old scars. People who scar themselves in this way generally do so to relieve some kind of psychological suffering. By trying to master the pain, they establish their self-control. Scarring, ugh. Scarring isn't very regular, but they're mostly from old cuts.
Of course. And the head.
No sign of bruising on the skull? The only clue is a scar from a previous craniectomy. Poor Elizabeth, she must have been very young when she went through all that. That's torture. She also has old scars around the neck, maybe mutilations.
Her mouth.
What a strange smell.
She was poisoned. I know that smell!
Laudanum. Certain courtiers use it to get drunk. If taken in large quantities, it can provoke fits of madness.
Huh. Kill herself?
Her breath smells of alcohol and of laudanum. People use it to relieve pain.
Okay.
She bled from the nose. There's signs of bleeding, but I don't see any traces of bruising.
There's
signs of bleeding, but I don't see any traces of bruising.
Is there anything else? What was the time again?
The clock stopped at 3:54. If it was smashed during the murder, then I've just established the time of the crime.
Okay. 3:54. There could have been multiple people, though.
Has Sir finished with this room?
I know enough now. Thank you.
Very well, sir. Sir may return whenever need be. I shall guard the door.
Okay. Peru. I want to know what the fuck Peru is there. This is Washington's. Okay. First, I'm gonna check every single thing. Politics and questioning. I wish. Should have took.
Of Vermont.
Why do I care?
It looks like a note between Emily and Washington about trade deals.
I want the other one.
My dear George, I'd like to invite you to join me as planned at my place. I have a project to shoot.
Okay, I don't really care about all of that. All right.
Greetings, Louis.
Mr. President, you can guess why I'm here.
Of course.
Lord Mortimer has sent me to ask you a few questions about last night.
It's... How am I going to tell Elizabeth's father that she's dead?
I know, Mr. President. I shall endeavor to find out the truth about this tragedy. I must ask you to help me, though. Please.
Find the degenerate pig who did this, Louis.
I'm talking to all the guests to find out who has an alibi and, well, who doesn't, Mr. President. Can you tell me what you were doing last night so that I can strike your name off the list?
I spent the night right here, reading.
All night?
Exactly. Emily stopped by in the middle of the night, you can ask her. She wanted to talk about some business we have in common.
Anything whatsoever to do with Elizabeth?
Not at all, Louis. A business matter.
Does he know why she was here?
Mr. President, we found a footprint at the scene of the crime.
Not a dress shoe, I hope. That's all I wear.
No, rest assured. It looks like the print of a big ankle boot. A large size, I'd say.
Perfect. That should help you, Louis. It's a clue. Greetings, Louis.
I'm not done.
Tell me, Mr. President, had you spoken to Elizabeth since your arrival? You know her father. You thought she was dead.
No, I didn't. And I believe I'll be taking my remorse with me to my grave. I wanted to, but I didn't know where to begin.
You can't blame yourself. You couldn't have known that her days were numbered. Were you aware that Elizabeth took laudanum?
Yes. She came to ask me for some. She had finished her reserve, I believe.
Do you take it regularly, Mr. President?
Unfortunately, I do, Louis. I still suffer from a terrible toothache, and it's not likely to get any better.
Just for that, then?
Old age, my young friend. I don't wish it upon you, but you'll soon see. At my age, it's rare to have no problems in that domain.
And do you take a lot?
A moderate amount, Louis. Only the dosage indicated on the prescription of my doctor.
What a good fella.
Do you know why she came to the island?
Yeah, you came to
help, if I'm not mistaken. Isn't that right?
Indeed. Sir Gregory suggested to her father that he introduce her to Lord Mortimer to see if he could help her.
Yes, Lord Mortimer has a talent for healing, apparently. I'm not surprised Sir Gregory advised her to come.
Agreed. Do you know why she came to the island?
To get help, if I'm not mistaken. Isn't that right?
Indeed. Sir Gregory suggested
come
to her father
on.
that he introduce her to Lord Mortimer to see if he could help her. It would appear that she wasn't invited to the conference.
That doesn't surprise me. The poor girl was in no way concerned by our business, and she had no political clout.
So, I don't understand why Sir Gregory invited her during the conference of his good friend Lord Mortimer. He must have realized that he wouldn't have much time to grant her. Preparing a conference does not seem an easy task. On the evening of our arrival, Lord Mortimer didn't even welcome us, what with his being so busy and all.
Yes, you're right, Louis. I didn't think of that. It is indeed rather surprising. The easiest thing to do is simply ask him, you know.
Of course. I shan't keep you any longer, Mr. President.
I
Feel
shan't.
free, Louis. If there's anything I can do, just ask.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Yes, thank you.
A map of Connecticut.
Why did he get this room? It's if I feel like he's just they're specializing the rooms for them. Oh, his bedroom.
Carmelite water. They say that if you drink this, it gives you a real boost. Portrait of George Washington.
Why he gets a portrait of himself. Alright. I shan't keep you any longer. I'll be searching. I gotta search. Who is this room?
Monseigneur, His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi. Huh, that's me.
That's Mr. Red.
Duke Manuel Godoy.
Where's everyone at?
King George III in coronation robes. Nice touch for the room of an English duchess. Tending children at the orphanage in Harlem. I find it a little hard to understand this painting choice.
Dear E, I received your last letter. Unfortunately, the Crown informed the Golden Order that our mission should under no circumstances hamper Sir Gregory's plans. Decidedly, they have support from the highest level in Buckingham Palace. So here we...
Bro, like, where's everyone at? I thought everyone...
By Reynolds, painted upon the request of the Waldegrave family, in an effort to find them a husband.
Where's everyone at? I thought they were supposed to be...
Ah, the artistry of the French language and all its splendor. Whoever masters French commands the world. At least, une partie of it.
Huh. Sure, well then I'm gonna start learning French. Oh, there you are, okay.
A letter from William Pitt the Younger, addressed to Emily. He's the present Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. A cash. Two coils circle the lock. Queen Charlotte. All the royal family of England is there from what I can tell. A letter from William Pitt the Elder, addressed to Emily. He was the English Prime Minister. This letter dates from 15 years ago now. Madam, I shall never thank you enough for all your care and attention. I shall be indebted to you until my last breath. A devil's thorn, to be used to uncover the best disguised traits. Golden elixir. I'll keep it for later.
What can I do for you, Louis?
I've come to see you about last night's tragedy. Did you hear anything about what happened to Elizabeth?
Yes, we all did. Rumors spread quickly, you know. How awful. I didn't know her well, but I hope at least the poor thing didn't suffer too much.
Elizabeth was stabbed 9 times. No doubt she suffered greatly.
9 times? What monster is capable of such a horrible thing? Do you know what happened exactly?
In fact, Lord Mortimer has asked me to look into this case, Emily.
Really? Are you Lord Mortimer's snoop now?
I'm doing it for Elizabeth, not to please Mortimer.
Good for you. Quite right, too. Have you found out anything?
I'm now interviewing all the guests to establish the alibis for each person. Just so that I can cross you off the list of suspects, can you tell me what you were doing on the night of the murder?
Am I given to understand that I'm on the list of suspects?
Yes, bitch.
Don't take it the wrong way, but I must consider every possibility.
Well, if you absolutely wanted to be sure of my activities that evening, you only had to join me, you know.
I know, Emily. Especially since I couldn't prevent the murder, even though I spent part of the evening with Elizabeth.
You're sure it's not too hard to bear for you?
The fact is, I don't have a choice. But I will find the murderer. I owe Elizabeth that, at least. Did you and Elizabeth get to know each other?
I must admit, Louis, I didn't take much interest in her. I feel a bit guilty about it, but I never actually spoke to her. She seemed burdened by her problems, and as she wasn't invited to the conference, I didn't really seek her out.
Huh.
Since your arrival, did you notice anything strange about Elizabeth?
Everything that happened around that poor child was strange. You saw that for yourself.
I know. You're right. I'm looking for leads to try to reduce the number of suspects.
Well, I would say that in addition to ourselves, you could also cross off President Washington. I went to see him during the night. I had some business with him, and I can confirm that he didn't leave his room all night.
That gives Washington an alibi. I found a torn piece of dress in Miss Adams' room. Gray silk.
Where's it from?
That's what I'm trying to find out. The color doesn't match any of Elizabeth's dresses, but I might not have found all of her clothes yet.
Good Lord, Louis, do you realize what this means? If this piece of dress isn't from Elizabeth, then it's... I don't have any grey silk dresses, Louis. Neither does my sister, since we wear the same clothes.
Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to check with you.
I'm so sorry, Louis.
Thank you.
Are you
It could be
alright?
her sister.
You know, I'm sure there's a good reason why your mother was at the scene.
Nobody said my mother was at the scene.
I hear you were in discussions with the Holy See.
Oh, either His Eminence can't keep his tongue from wagging, or you've been poking your nose where you shouldn't, sir.
Even so, Emily, you're raising a royalist army. That's no small matter.
And you are straying from the subject. Is there anything else you wanted to ask me?
I won't keep you, Emily. Thank you for answering my questions.
See you, Louis.
A letter from William Pitt the Younger addressed to Emily. He's the present Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. Amber. Monsieur Napoleon Bonaparte.
He's not gonna like me. Because I didn't help him fix...
Hannibal crossing the Alps. Another military success. Why do I get nothing but visions of horror in my room? And he gets victory after victory? The Battle of Alexander at Issus, or how Alexander the Great triumphed over King Darius. Yet another one with delusions of grandeur. French actor Talma as Nero in Britannicus, the last emperor of the Caesar dynasty. There's just one holster in Bonaparte's gear, and the pistol is missing. On the other hand, his cleaning equipment is in mint condition. That's typical of the soldier in him.
My dear Napoleon, as previously agreed, I would like to ask you to join us in January.
My dearest son, it's a beautiful weapon. A lovely damask blade. It's marked with the initials of the manufacturer in Versailles.
Monsieur de Richet, please be quick. We are both very busy.
Someone saw you not far from the victim's room. Can you tell me what you were doing exactly, please?
I can tell you that someone is an idiot. I wanted to warn her to be careful. You see, on the night of my arrival, I saw someone leaving her room in haste, and I wanted to speak to her, to warn her. Unfortunately, the young lady slipped through my fingers each
That was
time.
Washington.
Now I know why. She had every reason to be worried. What an idiot I was not to insist. I could have helped her.
I've been studying him for a while now, and I don't think he was lying. Yet, I'm surprised how easy it was for me to read him. It must surely be his military side. I wish they all could be like that. My investigation would be finished already. As any good soldier would, I imagine you own a firearm. May I see it?
Oh, well, if you really want to, here is my pistol. Don't worry, it is not loaded.
Do you have several of these?
In Corsica, oui, but not on me when I am traveling. Only a bandit would carry such an arsenal.
Thank you. Did you hear about young Elizabeth?
Indeed, it is deeply regrettable.
Lord Mortimer asked me to...
I know. You no doubt want to know my alibi. I spent the night downstairs playing cards.
Ah, they're so good! Until what time?
The game end.
I can't say exactly. As for me, I must have stayed until midnight. I was exhausted, couldn't think straight. So I preferred to go up to bed.
So he was
up to bed. Did you notice anything out of the ordinary?
No, not in the least. The whole manor was sound asleep.
Not really. No. Did any of you leave during the game?
Not that I know of, monsieur. I didn't exactly spend my time noting the other guests' comings and goings, but I don't think so.
Thank you. Can you tell me who was present at the game, please?
Well, there were Lord Mortimer, President Washington, and Sir Gregory.
Thank you.
Ah, and His Eminence Piaggi as well. Excuse me, I nearly forgot him. Poor soul. Well, have we finished, monsieur?
Exactly. Thanks again for all your answers. Good day.
Okay.
What do you want from me, de Richet?
Greetings. It's fallen to me
Cut
that...
the crap! Get to the point. We both know why you're here.
And have you got anything to tell me?
What does it matter? It's too late anyway. Do what you have to do and get out.
A pattern with 4 circles.
Dear Monsieur Peru, I'm writing to thank you for the funds you sent. These funds will be crucial for the renovation.
All right. I've retrieved everything.
Dear Monsieur...
All right. I've retrieved everything.
The Massacre of the Innocents by Rubens. A bit gloomy. Guess my room.
Great. Honey.
The Massacre of the Innocents, but by Van Harlem.
I think that Mortimer likes to play mind games with his guests. Records of the police. Notes intended for the police lieutenant of Paris. It's a list of people under surveillance in Paris. And there's some well-known names on it. This is valuable information. This shouldn't be lying around.
Dear friend, please come and join us. We must meet about the ongoing operation.
Come on. Sorry guys, I haven't been talking. I'm just focusing in the game, bro. Alright, let's question this motherfucker.
Alright, have you finished?
Not quite. I'd like you to answer a few questions. I'd like to talk about the letter you're writing. What woman is it addressed to?
Who says it's a woman? I'm not saying any more. There's no point you insisting. All right. Have you finished?
Not quite. I'd like you to answer a few questions. You were armed the night of my arrival. Can I see your weapon?
No.
You do realize you're not helping, don't you? You're making it worse for yourself. I know you were at the scene. We will save a lot of time if you just tell me what happened.
You know nothing at all.
Enlighten me then. For now, I have your footprint in a pool of blood.
That's right. The only thing you can prove is one of my boots was at the scene. Congratulations, you've wrapped up the investigation. All right, have you finished?
Not quite. I'd like you to answer a few questions. Two days ago, I surprised you having a go at Miss Adams. What happened? Did you want to give her another beating? She wouldn't let you push her around again, huh?
Shut up, you little shit! You have no idea what happened, and here you are, carping away. You think you're Investigator of the Year. Have you taken a look at yourself, de Richet?
Didn't you get enough beating her black and blue the last time?
I did not!
Go on. Keep going.
Finish what you came to do, then get out of my room.
Let's get right to it. Are you Elizabeth Adams' murderer?
That is for you to prove, if I'm not mistaken, boy. You weren't expecting me to do all the legwork for you, were you? Lazy man.
2 days ago, I surprised you having a go at Miss Adams. What happened? Did you want to give her another beating? She wouldn't let you push her around again, huh?
Shut up, you little shit! You have no idea what happened, and here you are, carping away. You think you're Investigator of the Year. Have you taken a look at yourself, de Richet?
Didn't you get enough beating her black and blue the last time?
I did not!
Why?
Nothing. Get away from me.
Just as soon as you stop treating me like I'm an idiot. If you wanted people to think you were guilty, you couldn't have done any better. So cut the bullshit and come clean now.
I can't! He'll come for revenge.
Who?
No one! Just shut your trap, goddammit! Yes, I was there. Yes, I walked in her blood. You've got all you need to wrap it up. Now scram!
See, they want me to think it's him, but it wasn't. I'm big brain right now. Me big brain.
I've come to speak about the findings of the investigation, my lord.
I'm listening, Louis.
Will you remind me of the facts we already know about?
Elizabeth Adams was killed last night, but Piaggi was with Holm and I until late at night. As for Bonaparte and Washington, they left us after midnight, both tired.
I believe I've identified the murderer.
Really, Louis? All right then. Please think carefully before you give me your answer. This is a very, very serious accusation.
Oh, come on, come on, come on. It's one of the female guests. It's one of the male guests.
I'm going to need a bit more time to review my findings about the crime.
I do understand. All the more so as it's crucial not to make any mistakes when it comes to naming the culprit.
I think it's you. Shut up. I don't. I really don't.
What a tragedy, my son. How could such a thing have happened?
That's exactly what I'm trying to find out. Did you notice anything out of the ordinary last night?
I saw the young French soldier, Bonaparte, I believe, hanging around near Miss Adams' room. But I would not want to get an innocent man into trouble, Louis. It's probably nothing.
Not to worry, Your Eminence. If he is innocent, then he has nothing to fear. Do you know why Monsieur Bonaparte was hanging around her room like that?
Well, I wouldn't be surprised to learn that the dashing young soldier had become infatuated with a fragile young woman who looked a bit lost. But I don't think he got a very warm welcome.
Bonaparte and Adams? But they didn't even know each other, did they?
I couldn't say, Louis. But if I were you, my son, I would talk to Monsieur Peru. You remember how violently he set upon Miss Adams.
Oh, don't worry. He's on the list of suspects.
Exactly, like I can't...
Mr. Jacques Peru?
Well, I guess I can't go in there no more.
Monsieur de Richet, please be quick. We are both very busy.
What are you busy with?
Well, have we finished, monsieur?
Exactly. Thanks again for all your answers. Good day.
But who could it possibly be?
What can I do for you, Louis?
I won't keep you, Emily. Thank you for answering my questions.
See you, Louis.
That's me.
So this is you. Who the fuck is this room?
Duke Manuel Godoy. Duke Manuel Godoy.
Is it him? So, Von Wella.
Huh, that's me. Monseigneur, His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi.
Am I supposed to just take a guess? Because there is nothing. It might have been his mother. It might have been his mother.
I shan't keep you any longer, Mr. President.
Feel free, Louis. If there's anything I can do, just ask.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Give me the fucking answer. Who killed her? Alright. I'm gonna go on a limb and just say... I'm gonna say the female. Right? Because I'm gonna say Major. Where are we going? Just that way. Let's check Elizabeth's room one more time. See, we got everything locked and loaded, and
knocked over a bottle of wine.
Haha.
Has Sir finished with this room?
I know enough now. Thank you.
Very well, sir. Sir may return whenever need be. I shall guard the door.
Don't die.
Monsieur Johann von Wulner.
Haha, him.
The alchemist is an old man. The alchemist is an old man. Chest locked with a 4-letter code. Surely a word close to the owner's heart.
Golden elixir. The sorrows of young Werther. There's a handwritten text signed by von Wulner on this first page. Dear Elizabeth, I know that this book is but a small token compared to the delightful moments you gave me, but I hope that this will nonetheless keep the memory alive. Your ever-obedient servant.
So, Wulner had a relationship with Elizabeth. But that's hardly surprising given his fondness for the occult.
The signs of obscurantism. The alchemist is a young man. Chest locked with a 4-letter code. Surely a word close to the owner's heart.
Alrighty, sir.
What can I do for you, de Richet?
Monsieur, Lord Mortimer has appointed me to investigate the tragedy that befell us last night.
Oh, yes. It's horrible. Yes. How can I help, monsieur?
Where were you last night?
In my room. I read a few ancient manuscripts before going to bed. But I didn't stay up long. I was tired.
Thank you kindly. Did you see how many tattoos Miss Adams had on her?
Of course. Who wouldn't have noticed?
Yes, but I'm sure that an expert like yourself must have an opinion on the subject.
I do. She was seeking to imprison something inside her. Her own body had become a sort of prison.
She wanted to protect herself. Is that what you're saying?
Elizabeth was a flame. A candle in the night.
Aww.
Like all candles in the night, she was surrounded by darkness, by her demons. Call it what you will. One thing is for sure. She struggled against hell and high water not to let her flame go out.
Excuse me for asking, but did you know Miss Adams?
Oh, she... not really, to tell the truth. No.
I found the Werther dedication, signed by your hand, monsieur. Would you like to change your version now?
Be careful, de Richet. Don't push your luck. My
I'm gonna push my
relationship
luck.
with Miss Adams was pure, and has nothing to do with you. Well, continue playing the detective as you see fit. But if I find the bastard who did that to Elizabeth, I will...
Yes! I would have preferred a simple response, but I see I have my answer now. I get the impression that your romance was over. Am I right?
So? What does it matter to you? I would never have attacked her, if that's what you're insinuating.
That is what I'm insinuating.
You or her?
It was her. It was her. But what does that matter? We both agreed.
You loved her, didn't you?
That is none of your damn business.
Your feelings betray you, sir.
So what? Yes. I loved her, like a moth loves the flame of a candle. That's why we could never be together.
Please, tell me a little more about the nature of your relationship.
That is a personal matter, monsieur.
Yes, that is true. So, tell me.
All right. It was passion.
Passion?
Why we couldn't stay together. It scared her.
Where were you last night?
In my room. I read a few ancient manuscripts before going to bed. But I didn't stay up long. I was tired.
Thank you kindly. We finished. I'll have a look around and then take my leave.
Do whatever you have to do.
The alchemist is an old man. The alchemist is a young man. Carmelite water. They say that if you drink this, it gives you a real boost. The Sorrows of Young Werther. There's a handwritten text signed by von Werner on this first page. Dear Elizabeth, I know that this book is but a small token compared to the delightful moments you gave me, but I hope that this will nonetheless keep the memory alive. Your ever-obedient servant.
So, Volner had a relationship with Elizabeth, but that's hardly surprising given his fondness for the occult.
The Sorrows of Young Werther.
Fuck you!
There's a handwritten text signed by von Werner on this first... Dear Elizabeth, I know that this book is but a small token compared to the delightful moments you gave me, but I hope that this will nonetheless keep the memory alive. Your ever-obedient servant. So, Volner had a... relationship with
ADAM?
But that's hardly surprising given his fondness for the occult. A chest locked with a 4-letter code. Surely a word close to the owner's heart.
See? Whatever. Alright. Time to accuse an innocent man of murder. Sir, I have come to you with news.
I've come to speak about the findings of the investigation, my lord.
I'm listening, Louis.
I'm sorry, my lord, but I don't have any evidence conclusive enough to allow me to name the culprit with certitude.
Really? I see. Well, that's your decision, Louis, and I accept it. Given the distinguished guests and the sensitive political issues involved at the conference, I trust you'll leave me to conclude the case in my own way. Right. It's time we spoke about your mother, Louis.
She does it often. She isn't missing. She is hiding.
When I first came here, I wasn't that worried. In the past, my mother has taken a few liberties during her missions, including disappearing for several days on end.
That doesn't make me feel any better, Louis.
What was the official reason why my mother came to your island?
I knew about your mother's activities, and yours, in the Golden Order. I thought we had everything to gain by working together.
You mean the cannon deal with Monsieur Bonaparte?
Among others, yes. How did you hear about that?
Monsieur Bonaparte came to speak to me about it yesterday, during lunch.
I see. So impetuous. He was supposed to let me speak to you about it first. Our friend Napoleon desperately needed financial backing to properly equip his army. I took it upon myself to back him because I have a firm conviction that he can go far. Yet he told me that you had spoken and that you hadn't been able to reach an understanding.
That's putting it mildly. Monsieur Bonaparte is one of those guys who only understands people who think like he does.
Ah, I see what you mean. He is indeed rather inflexible when it comes to certain subjects. But I am still of the opinion that you can manage to get along.
We shall see. However, there's one thing that surprises me. Isn't Bonaparte a bit young to deserve so much attention?
Well, you come straight to the point. I like that. Indeed, if you knew just how much you remind me of him. Trust me, I'll wager Monsieur Napoleon will soon prove himself. I'm working on it, at least. Once this deal was closed, I had big plans for Sarah.
Such as what?
You see, I've invited several influential figures on my island to present them with a project at the conference. It will be presented later today. I thought that the Golden Order had a role to play. And I still think so. I was hoping Sarah would be able to join us.
I see.
Indeed, if by chance your mother decided not to return to us before the conference, would you do me the great honor of attending? If only to follow the deliberations while waiting for her to duly take her seat.
Why not? We shall see.
Ah, thank you so much. In this way, you'll be able to keep your mother informed of what is said. There's something else I'd like to briefly go over. Earlier, you asked me the official reason for your mother's presence here. Is there an off-the-record reason why your mother came here?
If only my mother trusted me, but she remained very mysterious. I'd have been delighted to answer your question.
Is this usual for her?
As head of
Why are you
order,
asking questions?
Secrets are her bread and butter, as you can imagine. That said, it's the first time she hasn't let me in on the reason for her trip. And it intrigues me, to tell you the truth.
Well, I am sure that Sarah will explain everything once she reappears. There's something I still don't get. In your opinion, why would your mother remain in hiding over several weeks?
Maybe she found something out.
What do you mean?
My mother has a gift for investigating. If she had picked up a lead, nothing would have stopped her.
The only thing I can tell you is that Sarah had indeed changed. At the beginning of her stay here, we enjoyed spending time together, solving the world's problems.
Tell me about her disappearance.
Since she disappeared, your mother has been seen once. Her behavior on the evening of your arrival greatly surprised Gregory and myself. She resurfaced to attack Emma, Emily Hillsborough's twin sister. And she shot her with a pistol. Then, before Gregory could intervene, she ran off and disappeared again.
I beg your pardon? Hang on.
That means my vision on the wharf, it was actually happening inside the manor. Mother shot Emily's sister? The very person she came looking for? Why would she do that?
Excuse me. But between that and the childhood of Lady Adams, it's all a bit much for me to cope with. I need to piece it all together again to see things more clearly. You said that you spent a lot of time talking together at the beginning. What happened for that to change?
I'm afraid I haven't much to tell you. The more the days went by, the more she withdrew into herself. She never gave me an explanation. Until the day came when she purely and simply disappeared.
Where did she go when she wanted to be alone?
She would shut herself away in a room we use as a box room upstairs.
Would you allow me to go there?
Naturally, Louis, of course. I'll send you a servant to open it.
Thank you.
One last thing, although I don't know if there is a connection.
I'm listening.
A gate was forced the other night near the wharf. Nothing serious, just a few small things damaged.
Sorry, my lord, but I was searching for leads to my mother. I thought I was hot on her trail and didn't take any precautions.
Well, you could have reported it to a servant. But never mind. I shall put it down to your ardor and anxiety. However, please try to respect my estate in future.
I
Fuck your estate.
Accept my sincerest apologies.
No.
That's all I can tell you about the disappearance of your mother, Louis. I would like to have been more helpful.
I shall stay on her trail and follow up any leads.
Thank you. We will meet later on to welcome our last guest.
Usually I would have lied to him.
I shall get someone to open the box room upstairs for you.
Okay, thank you for that.
Thank you.
I would have just lied to him and denied it because he just didn't know. But I think there was a possibility of them knowing it was me. And two...
It was just opposite Mortimer's study.
Who the hell is Mortimer? Oh, okay. Go to the tower room. Where the hell is the tower room? Well, betcha I can't go downstairs. Yep. What is she talking about? Tower room. This is the only thing. That? Oh.
There are burnt papers in the chimney.
I don't know, detective. Do something
There's
about
a
that.
fragment left. Hey, I recognize my mother's handwriting. She says, We must find a safer way to communicate. Someone is onto us. Trust in my faith in the man with the sword. So Mother had an accomplice here. Who could it be?
Tremaine.
Who could she be suspicious of? I must find the next part. Faith, sword. I recognize her love of riddles there.
So really riddles?
Honey, the remedy of the gods.
Dante's Paradise.
Raise your head and be reassured, for what comes up here from the mortal world must ripen in our rays.
Dante's Paradise.
Raise your head and be reassured, for what comes up here from the mortal world must ripen in our rays.
What is this disc? St. Paul on the road to Damascus by Caravaggio. Caravaggio attained a magnificent command of black and the play of colors too. Paul facing an ordeal, the curtains of his illusions being raised, and receives the light from his Savior. The door appears to be locked on the other side. I think I heard something fall to the ground. A metallic sound, like a key falling to the floor. We'll see if it works.
What? How did the disc work? Hold up. Inventory. Oh, it's a magnet. If I would have forced it.
A chest with the occult symbol representing air. Drawing of the Apostle Matthew, painted by Guido Reni. He's represented as writing the word of the Lord, transmitted by the Holy Spirit, who appears here in the guise of an angel. The New Testament. Book is incredibly precious. I believe this is the book my mother referred to when calling upon the Lord. A volume of the Gutenberg Bible.
What is all of this?
Wherefore, as by one man sin entered into the world, and death by sin. And so death passed upon all men, for all have sinned.
It's St. John, painted by Guido Reni.
Several portraits of apostles, all signed by Guido Reni. It looks like someone touched this commode recently. There are fingerprints on the sheets and in the dust.
Painting of St. Mark from the collection of the apostles by Guido Reni.
A fragment of amber.
St. Paul painted by Guido Reni. Of the 4 apostles shown in this piece, Paul is the only one who isn't an evangelist. He is the 13th apostle.
St. Paul is shown holding a sword.
Strange. There's hardly any dust, as if the painting's been cleaned recently. There's a small inscription engraved on the frame. Let's take a closer look. This is how Paul spoke to his pilgrims from Rome. Just above that, someone's written down the figure 11 on the painting and underlined it twice. I don't know, what does that mean? So we have the figure 11 twice underlined, and a story of a group of pilgrims who it looks like Paul is speaking to. Maybe it's a code. There must be a connection. A text on Paul must be somewhere, and it must be associated with the figure 11. But what's the story with these pilgrims? I mean, a connection with the figure, maybe? So we have the figure 11 twice underlined, and a story of a group of pilgrims who it looks like Paul is speaking to. Maybe it's a code. There must be a connection. A text on Paul must be somewhere, and it must be associated with the figure 11. But what's the story with these pilgrims? I mean, a connection with the figure, maybe?
Hereby know that we dwell in him, and he in us, because he hath given us of his Spirit.
Hello, hello, hello.
I guess I'll just come back later.
Chest with the occult symbol representing air.
Listen! I don't want to hear nothing. Chat, I need help, I don't know what the hell they want me to do. I know. It says look for clues. Look for what clues? More important. Shh. I don't know who these people are texting me in this chat.
Dante's Paradise.
Raise your head and be reassured, for what comes up here from the mortal world must ripen in our rays. St. Paul on the road to Damascus by Caravaggio.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah, no shit. Oh my gosh, these people are retarded.
St. Paul painted by Guido Reni. So we have the figure 11 twice underlined, and a story of a group of pilgrims who it looks like Paul is speaking to. Maybe it's a code. There must be a connection. A text on Paul must be somewhere, and it must be associated with the figure 11. But what's the story with these pilgrims? I mean, a connection with the
Okay, I got it. Oh my god.
And suddenly there came a sound from heaven, a rushing mighty wind, and it filled all the house where they were sitting. Peter, an apostle of Jesus Christ, to the strangers scattered throughout Pontus, Galatia, Cappadocia, Asia, and Bithynia.
Okay.
Or what man is there of you, whom, if his son asks bread, will he give him a stone?
Okay, I thought I had it.
For ye were as sheep going astray, but are now returned unto the shepherd and bishop of your souls. Or what man is there of you, whom, if his son asks bread,
what
will he give him a stone? For as much as ye know that ye were not redeemed with corruptible things, as silver and gold, from your vain conversation received by tradition from your fathers.
What am I supposed to do? There's fingerprints here.
Several portraits of apostles, all signed by Guido Reni. It looks like someone touched this commode recently. There are fingerprints on the sheets and in the dust. St. Paul painted by Guido Reni. And it came to pass the day after that he went into a city called Nain, and many of his disciples went with him, and much people. volume of the Gutenberg Bible. I guess I'll just come back later.
I guess I just come back later. Bro! More clues could there possibly be? I searched every nook, every cranny.
And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, a measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny. And see thou hurt not the oil and the wine. And it came to pass in those days that Jesus came from Nazareth of Galilee, and was baptized by John in Jordan.
Oh.
And as they did eat, Jesus took bread, and blessed it, and broke it, and gave it to them, and said, take, eat, this is my body. And behold, there cometh one of the rulers of the synagogue, Jairus by name. And when he saw him, he fell at his feet. Then came together unto him the Pharisees, and certain of the scribes, which came from Jerusalem.
So many shit that I gotta go through.
On him is not condemned, but he that believeth not is condemned already, because he hath not believed in the name of the only begotten Son of God.
That actually gave me a little mindfuck.
And he, bearing his cross, went forth into a place called the place of a skull, which is called in Hebrew, Golgotha.
Golgotha.
I and my Father are one. Now there is at Jerusalem by the sheep market a pool, which is called in the Hebrew tongue Bethesda, having 5 porches. And it came to pass the day after that he went into a city called Nain, and many of his disciples went with him, and much people. And so many came and couldn't find the body of the Lord Jesus. And so it was that, while they were there, the days were accomplished that she should be delivered.
Uh-huh.
And this taxing was first made when Cyrenius was governor of Syria.
What?
Take heed that ye practice your justice before men, to be seen differently by them. Otherwise, ye shall have no reward of your Father which is in heaven. But Jesus turned him about, and when he saw her, he said, Daughter, be of good comfort, thy faith hath made thee whole. And the woman was made whole from that hour.
That sounds a little inappropriate.
And said, For this cause shall a man leave father and mother, and shall cleave to his wife, and they twain shall be one flesh.
What?
And great multitudes were gathered together unto him, so that he went into a ship and sat, and the whole multitude stood on the shore. And suddenly there came a sound from heaven like a rushing mighty wind, and it filled all the house where they were sitting. And there were 7 sons of one Sceva, a Jew, and chief of the priests which did so.
Yep.
And he became very hungry.
Doing it one by one because I'm looking for clues and I don't know exactly what I'm supposed to be looking at. Oh!
There's a note here. A message from Mother in reply to E. We must leave urgently.
Elizabeth?
But first I absolutely must go beyond the nightmare. Watch out for Volner. He figured out I was avoiding him. Allay suspicion. See you tomorrow evening. Stand ready. For now, let's cease all communication until we meet. Take care of yourself. I suppose this must be the last message. What happened afterward? If it's what I suspect, I fear the worst. What did Mother mean by, I absolutely must go beyond the nightmare? I must go beyond the nightmare. What does she mean by that?
What does she mean by that? Guys, what does she mean by that? It's probably literal.
Clearly she must be trying to do something useful, but what? Nightmare. Does that remind me of anything?
It's a concept.
It must surely speak of a place. Granting that this is the case, where might it be found?
It's a nightmare. Titus.
I thought it would have been over there, but something's telling me that it isn't. I better keep searching. Mortimer's getting his guests together. I ought to join them so I don't look suspicious.
Oh. Okay. Oh, Lord. Lord have mercy. Where is all these people coming from? Oh my gosh. Guys, welcome to the stream. That's all I had to say, honestly. Survey says... I really don't know. I'm drawing a blank. Whatever. Oh no. Shishi. Alright, I can't see. Validate. A tragic fate? What you mean a tragic fate? Your next reading, okay. One skill in logistics. Guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, hit the little notification bell to let you know I am going live. Yeah. I don't know, what book should I read?
It's time I went back and joined everyone in the small salon.
You are expected in the small salon, sir.
Emily, I must speak to you.
What's the matter, Louis?
I have news about your sister.
What have you found out?
Look, I've started piecing together the events leading up to my mother's disappearance and your sister's. Did my mother know about your secret?
Yes, even though I belong to the English chapter, her rank in the Order gives her access to a good deal of personal information.
It must have been Emma I saw in my vision.
I was given to understand that my mother and your sister bonded during their stay. I've got a question that might seem a little bit strange.
I'm listening.
If I said go beyond the night...
Listen.
Would that ring any bells?
No, means nothing to me.
The
Do you
lies.
mean literally or figuratively speaking?
My mother used to talk about it, in the figurative sense, probably. We still need to understand what she was referring to, though.
If I find something, I'll let you know.
Should I speak to her about my vision? If what I saw is true, she might want to take revenge.
Snitch on your mama? Or fuck your bitch. It's basically one or the other. How could I possibly know?
I better keep that to myself for the time being.
Come, Louis. They're waiting for us.
How could she know it was like how if she does find out? How could she possibly like know it was I knew?
Peru. I'm sure you were involved somewhere along the line.
That's right. Pretend you don't know. One piece of advice: don't travel through France on your way back, or it'll cost you dearly.
Calm now, my friends. Let's calm down. Everyone seems to be a little unnecessarily heated. Don't forget where you are, please.
What's going on here exactly?
Sir Gregory called us together to introduce the last guest.
But hardly had we arrived when he set upon Monsieur Peru.
And who is this charming character?
Manuel Godoy, the Duke of La Alcudia.
He's the head of the Spanish government, Monsieur de Richet. He's the one who, in practice, controls Spain.
How could you dare do such a thing? Dios mío, you are all out of your mind!
Dios mío!
Manuel, what made you kick up such a fuss?
What? Have you not heard? Well, let me inform you that yesterday morning at 10:22 a.m. precisely, in the middle of the Place de la Révolution in Paris, by decree of the National Convention which Monsieur Peru works for, King Louis was guillotined. What?
Oh, no.
The King of France is dead, gentlemen. Our monarchies are in danger. I have said it before. How dare they?
Oh, dear.
Oh, as if...
Gracious.
Friends, let us calm down.
Don't pretend to be surprised. He got a fair trial.
Ridiculous. Bastard. He was sentenced to death by 361 votes to 360. You beheaded a king for one vote. Is that your democracy?
What an obnoxious act.
I mean, it was a vote.
Anything
I'm
was
sorry.
possible. This political coup will have grave consequences.
France.
Grave consequences.
Gentlemen, please. Let us take a step back a moment.
In the
Shut
name
up.
of holiness, he was the highest representative of God in France, Emily.
Gentlemen, Duchess, we're all among people of reputable company here. We should be able to manage the conflicts of our nations in a respectful and orderly manner.
He gets
I
punched
fully
again.
agree with you, sir.
But
That's enough, sir.
with whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
Louis Maras de Richet.
Are you related to Sarah de Richet?
No, I'm not.
Sarah is his mother, Duke.
Yo, why you gotta
Gentlemen,
put my personal
this
business
is
out there?
But I must ask you to remain calm. It's not the first time history has taken us by surprise. Let's ensure that our respective countries are allowed to respond appropriately to this news.
Oh, rest assured. The response will not fall short, my friend.
Good for you. Well, Your Grace, here I was preparing to introduce you as is proper, and you've beaten me to it. I'm delighted that we are all together at last. Our meeting will therefore be able to kick off shortly. I have just a few more little preparations to take care of before you all find out the reason for your presence here. In the meantime, I shall leave you to get to know one another.
Lord.
When you hear the bell, Please proceed to the conclave room on my left, behind that door. I'll see you later.
Could you spare a moment, please, sir?
I'm glad you asked. I want to talk to you, too. Of course.
Okay. I heard about your mother's disappearance.
Wow.
I was concerned. I don't know why, but I doubt it's from sympathy alone. Well, let's see what he wants from me.
Any news of her? Have you found her, maybe?
To hear you speak, you seem to know my mother well.
Not really. We met for the first time on this very spot some weeks back. We had a very pleasant discussion. She's an exceptionally learned lady with a good head for business. No need for me to tell you that.
I agree.
Did she tell you about our arrangement?
Prompt him to talk prompt him to talk more about it.
Of course she did.
Perfect. I'm glad to know it. So, how should we proceed then?
Fuck.
What do you mean?
Oh, come, sir. No point pretending. You know. You obviously have no idea what I'm talking about, do you?
Fuck.
You might have come across some old books. In her belongings, perhaps?
String him along, speak to him about the, make him talk about what he's looking for. Oh, he looks obsessed.
The least one can say is that he doesn't...
I didn't even mean to pick that!
Sarah never travels without a few books. What does the one you're looking for look like, exactly?
It resembles a grimoire.
A grimoire?
It's into 7 parts, each one individually locked. It was made in such a way that if someone tried to tamper with it, the sheets would be permanently tarnished. It's a unique copy. There's only one.
The mere mention of it makes his face light up. Well, I'll take a closer look, but I can't promise you anything. You seem very upset. Is it so important to you, this book?
Well, it's the search of a lifetime. What can I say? Every time I move closer to it, it seems to slip away at the last minute. I was very surprised to learn that your mother had it in her possession. I thought it was with a certain
Why his face looks so mad?
In Paris. Do you know him?
The name doesn't mean anything to me, I'm sorry to say.
He's an expert in occult objects and books. And your mother said she knew him. Are you sure his name doesn't ring a bell?
Let me think.
I shan't keep you, Monsieur de Richet.
All right then. Thank you.
I hope that your search will prove successful and bring Sarah back to us soon. I must go now. I'll see you later.
I didn't know what you meant by lie to him. Damn, bro. That was my fault.
There's a pattern with 5 circles on this chest.
There's no space left. I'll retrieve it later. Hey, these look like pages taken from an ancient encyclopedia.
Chronicles of the Amber Princes. As I recall, Dorkin was my favorite character.
Amber crystals. Amber.
And then the fireplace. Ooh, what's that? Jelly. Oh, collector's coin. Whatever. I want jelly, bro. I'm not ready to talk to you. Jelly!
Monsieur Bonaparte, may I speak with you a moment?
May we?
What do you think of Duke Godoy?
Well, I'd rather not express any opinion of him.
Why is that?
His reputation is enough for me.
You'll be able to check if the hearsay is true over these next few days.
I sincerely doubt that. The
Ouch.
context does not allow me to give him my trust.
I understand your point of view. What do you think of Duke Godoy?
Well, I'd rather not express any opinion of him.
Blah,
Why
blah,
is that?
blah,
His
blah,
reputation
blah,
is
blah.
enough for me.
Meaning?
This gentleman enjoys people talking about him for too many reasons. He's undeserved titles. More than 10 in just 4 years. And each one more prestigious than the one before.
You don't think he deserves them?
If I had seen him on the battlefield, there might be some doubt. But that is not the case. The Queen would rather not risk losing him, so she consoles him with awards and titles.
So you don't have a very positive opinion?
His coveting French Catalonia does not encourage me to have one.
I understand your point of view. Does expression go beyond the nightmare mean anything to you at all?
Well, metaphorically, yes. It sums up the career of a soldier quite well. I doubt that is what you want to hear, though.
Indeed. That's surely not what I'm looking for.
Well, monsieur, if you are looking for a phrase book, Lord Mortimer must surely have one, given the number of books he has. You ought to check in the library of the tower. You never know.
What do you think of Duke Godoy?
Well, I'd rather not express any opinion of him.
Why is that?
His reputation is enough for me.
I'm sure that a soldier such as yourself is not interested in vulgar rumors.
Quite right. If only this cursed gossip didn't come to stain the uniform he has the audacity to wear.
The
Don't
audacity!
You find him worthy?
But how could he be, monsieur? He never sets foot on the battlefield, too occupied with charming the Queen. Have you any idea of the number of titles that coward has won in just a few years?
No, not really.
10! And that Don Juan spends the best part of his time under the Queen's skirts. The bugger must have some hidden talent, given all of the gifts she gives him.
He got a big
I
cock.
understand your point of view. Would you have any more information about the conference Lord Mortimer spoke of?
Nothing at all. Mortimer is very committed to secrecy when it comes to his conferences. But given the presence of Monsieur Peru and ourselves, I think it must concern France to some extent. Otherwise, I doubt he would have invited 3 Frenchmen to his table, huh?
Well, I'll be leaving you now. Shall we meet up again later?
Wait, monsieur. Any news of your mother?
Unfortunately not, no.
I hope to speak with her about my deal before I leave. Let me know if you find her. À plus tard, monsieur.
Did you just call me a turd? Nope. there more people here?
I have no space left. I'll retrieve it later.
Whoa.
Crucifixion of St. Peter. He was crucified upside down, out of humility. Surprising for an entrance hall. Saturn devouring his son. Good God, how awful. Everything in this painting is disturbing. Lord Mortimer certainly has a taste for staging rooms. Mr. President, what do you think about your counterpart, Duke Manuel?
I'm very surprised he was able to accept Lord Mortimer's invitation, given the political situation in Spain.
What do you mean?
The situation is ready to explode with France over Catalonia.
Well, the Duke must have a darn good reason to be absent and come here, mustn't he?
When Lord Mortimer invites you, Louis, you come. It's always in your best interest.
I wouldn't say that personally, but... Mr. President, can you tell me a little more about the coming conference?
Of course, Louis. That's why we're here. Lord Mortimer or Sir Gregory regularly organize meetings like this to put forward major projects.
What do you mean by major projects?
I'd prefer to let Lord Mortimer explain that to you, Louis. Let's say he brings together influential people in order to consider possible actions to undertake to guarantee the future of nations.
Do you know the theme of the conference?
Not in the slightest. None of the guests know the theme before arriving. But you'll see. Everything will turn out fine. Don't worry.
This sounds like a cult.
Go beyond the nightmare. Does this line remind you of anything in particular?
You've caught me unaware here, Louis. Let me think about it a second. No, nothing comes to mind. Sorry, Louis, but I am unable to help you.
Well, thank you for your time.
Don't mention it, my young friend.
Nah.
Regarding your question on the nightmare, don't hesitate to question the others about it. Maybe one of them knows more than I do.
That's a good idea. Thank you once again. I'll see you in a little bit.
Wow.
Circe turning Ulysses' companions back into humans. The Conversion of Ulysses by Gours. Circe's Discourse on the Method by Descartes. This book changed the way I looked at the world. Circe preparing wine. What better trap for Ulysses? Romney painted Lady Hamilton as Circe.
Uh-huh.
Carmelite water. They say that if you drink this, it gives you a real boost.
A swine in a salon. That's an odd choice of decor.
Ah, Louis. Just the man. Good Lord. How did the king come to be executed? I would think that the order would have intervened.
Your Eminence, I'm sorry for King Louis, but he did everything to put himself there.
Louis, how can you say such a thing? Even if France rejects the church, You don't go and behead a person of high status. They always serve our cause better alive than dead. Politically, it's absurd.
I invite you to speak about it with my mother as soon as she reappears.
Is there any news of her?
Well, I hope it won't be long before I find her, Your Eminence.
Louis, I'm counting on you. If you don't find Sarah before my departure, I must ask you to give me back the letter I gave you.
Oh, don't worry about that, Your Eminence.
Now you wanted to speak to me.
I was wondering what to think of that Manuel Godoy.
He is reputed to be a very ambitious character, at every level. But his faith is unwavering. He is a staunch defender of the Church. You can believe me.
If I say the nightmare to you, does it make you think of anything?
Your question is strange, my son. Difficult to say. Could you at least tell me a little more about the context?
Well, I mean, if it were a place or an object found on this island, what would you think of first?
The nightmare. No, I don't see anything. I'm sorry.
Well, that's too bad.
Ah, wait. I suppose it might be that horrible painting hanging in Lord Mortimer's study.
Pretend not to be that interested. Right. Well, don't worry about it. I was just curious. I'm sure a man like you is in the circle of trust. Would you know what the conference that Lord Mortimer mentioned is going to be about?
Not really, my son. Well, be it Lord Mortimer or Sir Gregory, we are never informed about the theme of the conference before it begins.
It's like the second person who told me that.
Thank you for everything, Your Eminence.
Yeah, thank you.
I shan't take up any more of your time.
I shan't take up.
You are welcome, my son. I will be seeing you, Louis.
Circe.
Atrus, the Miller brothers. Mother expressly forbade me from reading it.
Where am I going? Where did it just spat me out?
Ah, painting by Ingres. Liberty or Death by Regnault. Well, I'll take liberty, please.
Well, you take liberty, please.
I do understand his choice, even though it seems radical.
Why is this even an option?
The Last Supper by Leonardo da Vinci.
The last day before his crucifixion. The Song of Roland.
Roland feeleth his death is near, his brain is oozing by either ear. With his brain oozing, it's already remarkable that he can feel anything. The Last Supper by Leonardo da Vinci.
The last day before his crucifixion, Jesus announces that he will be betrayed by one of his disciples.
Devil's Thorn. I'll keep it.
Can I not go back into that room? Crazy.
There's the alchemical symbol of the earth on the lid. Golden elixir.
So I can't go in there. Well, let's go upstairs.
So, what did my mother mean by going beyond the nightmare?
Find the nightmare.
A family ancestor, apparently. A painting about a siege dated. That's what you generally feed birds. Might come in handy.
Now I'm gonna go feed the red birds to the bird.
A mina bird. Sarah de Riche? Waldo, you know Sarah?
Well, Waldo, is your master good?
Oh, really? So I gotta bribe this...
Well, Waldo, is your master good? I don't really know what I was expecting.
Can I grab more?
A myna bird. Sarah de Riche? Waldo, you know Sarah? What? Repeat that, Waldo. Sarah? What about Sarah? God, what's been happening here?
What'd y'all do to the bird? What'd y'all do?
Is your master good?
Pretty boy, Waldo.
I don't really know what I was expecting.
Pretty boy, Waldo.
Let's take a closer look. Dark
chocolate. Take the chocolate.
Beans. Very bitter. They're greatly prized in high society. Judging by the shape, I'd say they're Criollo cocoa beans. The chocolate of the Mayas, the rarest of the beans. Some even say they're an aphrodisiac. When a product is in fashion, people attribute all sorts of virtues to it, not to be given to animals.
Not to be given to animals, you say? Well, let's eat the bird, eat some chocolate.
What have I done? It looks like I've killed him. Oh, shit. I better not hang around.
Well, should have never gave it to the bird. Oh, that's.
What have we got here? Oh, it looks like a model of a lock. It's as if Mortimer is fond of complicating things sometimes. Well, I hope I never have to try and unlock it. No, what have we got here? Oh, it looks like a model of a lock. It's as if Mortimer is fond of complicating things sometimes.
That's a lot of pounds. Damn. That's a lot of powder.
The Nightmare painted by Fuseli in 1781. Ah, this must be what my mother was talking about. Now just need to find out what she meant by go beyond. Hey, looks like it's mounted on rails on each side. It should lift up, I think.
Should have never killed the bird.
Somewhere. I don't think this book can help me.
So then why the fuck would you look? Really?
I don't think this book can help me.
You don't think?
Okay, no mechanism behind this painting. Well, I'll have to keep looking.
Hold on.
No mechanism here. No mechanism here. The Nightmare painted by Fuseli in 1781. Ah, this must be what my mother was talking about. I just need to find out what she meant by go beyond. Hey, looks like it's mounted on rails on each side. It should lift up, I think.
There must be a mechanism somewhere. No. Let's look elsewhere. No, what have we got here? Well, it looks like a model of a lock. It's as if Mortimer is fond of complicating things sometimes. Well, I hope I never have to try and unlock it. Aha! I found it. Oh, what on earth is this? A ring lock now? Great. That's all I needed.
Chat. Please. I'm gonna need help, chat. Chatty chat. Need help. I'm a 1781. Fuck!
Looks like there's a marker on number 1 on the second roller.
Move away. Wow. Let me just try one. Since they already gave me the thing for the next one, right? And it's 1, right? And my favorite number is 9. And then you know what? Let's leave it at 1. Let's see how it does. Oh, look, guys! Oh my gosh, on Big Brain, me all by myself. I did that. Me. Oh my god, the best there is, bro. Don't forget to like, bro. Just subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification to see more Big Brain like this, bro.
Let's see what you've been hiding, Lord Mortimer.
I'm ready to actually persuade President Washington to not sign the Refugee Slave Act. It was intended to Commissioner signing more and more faithful people the raid. They kidnapped the and then the situation himself is critical. Thank you, everybody. Your friend John Adams. Please say hello to your daughter Elizabeth for me. Anyway. Why you gotta look at it like that? It's a map of Africa. I know that map.
Is present in Africa. This is unexpected activity in this sector. It looks like there are also many unknowns, even for Mortimer.
Okay, anyway. Go away. Ooh. The jelly! This letter is to reach my honor. My printer has a personal summary. By chance you could on your real history behind the hopes that you will help me find. Okay.
Weakness of the Human Psyche by Guillaume Trimore. He says, it is possible to drill an idea into someone by constant daily repetition until the mind gives in. And goes on, there are hundreds of good ways to live life, but you only need one to convince the masses that it's the only one possible. The author isn't letting any ethical principles get in his way, is he?
I mean, this game is teaching me how to. The gift has been delivered to King of what? What? Huh? Muslin and what? Should not retain his title much longer. His son, Zaman, will not succeed him. Anyway, that's a map of Africa again. Oh.
This shows the forces present in America.
My dear friend will fill in the chinks for the Spanish and the ship up must hit him with be very careful with handy. Okay, whatever. Is he trying to take over the yo, this is like the Illuminati, bro. My dear friend has deserved yeah. Anyway. Oh my god, why it starts with my dear friend? It's a map of Europe.
Forces present in Europe. It's clear that France is surrounded by her enemies. However, a large number has been underlined in bold. 26 million. I know what it is. It's an estimation of my country's population. All our neighbors have far fewer inhabitants.
Wait, William. Russia will get okay, anyway. My dears, whatever. Oh, the golden elixir's full.
It's locked. It's locked. It's locked.
You have a crowbar, bro. Didn't you use it to break the other lock? Whoa, wow. Sir, your plans to be... So they're killing people? Like, he's planning on, like...
A fine-looking map of the Orient, indeed.
Well, tell Aiden, whoever the hell he is, to stop bothering my time with you. What else am I supposed to... Oh, wait. This big ass... Let us see if you have the courage to face me alone.
This is my mother's writing. I've picked up her trail. What is she up to? Obviously, she wants to lure Mortimer somewhere, but where?
Maybe the sword is pointing where?
Where's this stone sword? It must be intentional.
Or it's to send a message?
Sword, like from a statue, for example.
Oh, the statue's outside!
I'm guessing it's been left outside for a long time. I have absolutely got to find out where it came from.
Oh my gosh, I have a fucking sword. I'm playing Minecraft. I got a stone sword, guys.
Weakness of the Human Psyche by Guillaume Trimore. He says, it is possible to do preservation using formaldehyde. Just as disgusting as ever.
Yep, whatever he said.
Something strange about this table.
Examine the equipment. Look at the instruments.
The Little Surgeon's perfect collection. What kind of experiments does Mortimer carry out here? It's a dissection table. So Mortimer does autopsies here on his desert island.
I'm telling you guys, this is Epstein's. I tell Amara and Braylon and Janelle to hop on shit would be funny as fuck. The whole familia.
A skeleton
by the name of Gustav, if the plaque on the plinth is anything to go by. Mortimer's given a name to his anatomy skeleton. That's morbid.
Wait, what?
His right hand is missing. These are feathers. Pigeon, probably.
No, it's an eagle. Examine the material. Examine the inscription. Oh my god.
Obsidian or onyx.
I'm telling you guys, I need a diamond pickaxe to mine this. I don't even want to read none of this bullshit. Whoa, Olympians? Who is the most admirable of all Olympians? None other than the king of the gods, of course. Unlike his father Kronos, he learnt to make equal use of his strength and wisdom. Instead of fearing the power of his children and brothers, he accepted to share the world with them. Man fear his thunder and praise his justice. He reigns but doesn't dominate. Are we speaking to the same Zeus here?
Writing the homing pigeon messages.
What?
An iron mask. I wonder who it's for.
Branding? Whatever. Why are you saying Zeus for? Did you say something before? Why you said Zeus for?
Am I seeing things, or is that an actual von Leeuwenhoek microscope?
Oh my gosh, it's a von Leeuwenhoek microscope!
The cutting edge of science.
Oh my!
Even at the order, it took us ages to get one of those.
Okay.
A chest with a motif representing the alchemical symbol of fire.
Use the left key. What did I get? Oh, collector's coin. Wow. Another collector's coin. Wow. A collector's coin. Wow. Another collector's coin. Oh my god. That's it? Oh.
A table of alchemical elements. So, Lord Mortimer also studies alchemy? It seems like he's interested in everything.
On God, what is this nigga? Yo, didn't we agree that he's immortal before? Like, he did, how he has, like, deeds sent back, like, 600 years ago.
Some goat skulls, chicken legs. Now we all know what that's for.
I'm a little surprised at Mortimer. I didn't seem as the type to be organizing little pagan parties, invoking occult powers, and dancing naked under the full moon.
Dancing naked?
Cheap charms like this sold by charlatans in Pré Saint-Gervais.
So he likes science, alchemy, witchcraft.
3 rusty old nails. They're about 20 centimeters long.
Sounds like my dick.
Look, a pack of tarot cards. Has he been reading the cards? Mortimer? That would surprise me.
Pick up a card. Pick up a card. Oh, fuck, I can't read the draw. Somebody is just define. Tell me what this is. Leave. Go find your mother. Oh yeah, easier said than done, my good sir.
An iron mask. I wonder who it's for.
Where do I go?
A table of alchemical elements. So, Lord Mortimer also studies alchemy? It seems like he's interested in everything.
Sword was really right there, right?
It's locked.
Oh, shit. How am I gonna get out of here now?
Wait, is it not the same one? Is it not the same one?
This looks like the same mechanism as the one on the other side. It looks too easy. It could be a trap. These cylinders rotate on the same simple axis, so when I enter a number on one side, it corresponds to another one on the other side.
Fuck! Okay. So it was 1, 1. What is the opposite of 1? 9? Opposite of 1. There's 9. Yo. I don't know what's the opposite of the 1. Is it 9? I'm about to figure this shit my damn self. Watch this. So there is a circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. Yes. So the opposite is 6, 6, 1, 1, 9, 1. So 6, 6, 6, 9, 4, 3, 4, 3, or what? I am... yeah.
This looks like the same mechanism as the one on the other side.
Survey says.
Whoa, whoa. The grid closes a bit more every time I enter a wrong date. I'd better not mess up again. It doesn't seem to be working.
The lies you spew to me. What? What? Yo, it's not my fault. How the fuck am I supposed to know the backwards number of this shit, bro? Survey says.
Looks like the same mechanism as the one on the other side.
Well, you know, it GG's, G fucking G's. Well, at least he's gonna know I killed his bird. Fuck.
Those are stuck. Shit. I'm cornered like a rat. Someone's coming.
Fuck!
Please don't let it be Mortimer.
No, it's the French motherfucker, Peru.
Who is it?
Deliberately avoiding me. 4 years ago I was his favorite, but nowadays I have to ask for an audience with his lordship.
Damn it! It's Peru. I don't know if I should, but...
Well, that's it. I've had enough of being humiliated.
I'm wasting my time here.
After everything I've done on his behalf, he dares treat me like a lackey? I've bled the Parisian elite for the sake of his whims, and what have I got to show for it? He doesn't even have the courtesy to give me 5 minutes of his time.
Who the fuck are you speaking to?
At ease. Well, that's done. I know what I've got to do now.
Can I call on to
my mother? So much for discretion.
Monsieur Peru, it's me, Monsieur de Riche.
What the devil is going on?
I need your help.
Where are you, de Riche?
Behind the painting. Open it, please. I've shut myself in. There's a pedal under Lord Mortimer's desk. Can you see it?
There's no... Hang on. Yes.
Good. Now press it.
Yeah. Done.
You should see something resembling a frame with numbers. Yes? You have to turn them to set the combination.
9499? How was I supposed to get that?
Well, well, well. Poking our nose into Mortimer's little secrets, are we? You do surprise me.
It's not what you're thinking. I'll explain everything.
No, you will not, sir. It has nothing to do with me, and by the way, I never even saw you. So,
thank you.
I'll be on my way now.
Thanks again. I'm indebted to you. I won't forget this.
Yeah. Goodbye.
He killed his bird. I saw him do it.
I better get moving if I want to find my mother.
I did find a way out. Wasn't there like, yeah, him. He has a stone sword. Find out the origin of the sword left by my mama. Whatever. Whatever. Poison Waldo the bird and... Fuck! I didn't think that was important! Oops. Well, guess you don't got no birdie. Questioning and vigilance. Whatever. Why are you inviting me? So I have 3 for science. Logic. I'm good with this.
This note is about a meeting with Lord Mortimer. There's no doubt about it. All right, I need to find out where the sword that came with it's from in order to find Mother.
You're joking, I hope. Don't tell me you've done that.
Really? How do you expect me to guess?
Oh, for God's sake, just ask them. Well...
Pity, but I've got no time to lose.
So, my son, what can we do for you?
I was wondering if you might have seen an object like this, here, at the manor.
What are you playing at, de Richet?
I'm afraid I can't help you, my son. Ask someone who knows the manor better than I do. One of the servants, for example. One of them is bound to help you.
Thank you for your advice, Your Eminence.
Please leave us, monsieur. His Eminence and I wish to finish our discussion alone.
Alright, be discreet about it, bitch. Where could I find a dude? I think downstairs, right? See if I could get down these steps. Because if I can't, I'm gonna be upset. I can. Okay, good. Alright, now time to find one of the Fagottinos. There he is.
I am sorry, sir, but the conference room is under preparation and is consequently inaccessible to guests.
I don't care.
Could you perhaps help me?
What can I do for you, sir?
Where did this sword come from?
From the garden, sir. That sword belongs to one of the statues in the garden.
Thank you very much.
Don't mention it, sir.
Now how the fuck do I go to the garden now? Do you journal frequently? Oh, vulnerability, immunity, psychologically. How the hell do you get, like, move? Oh, there you go.
The sword probably came from this garden, but what could it have been used for?
You know, trimming the hedges? Keeping away the crows? I'll make sure you check every nook and cranny, bro.
Icarus.
Nope.
son of Daedalus and Nocrate. Impossible to mistake him with those wings. After flying too close to the sun, they came unstuck and he fell to his death. Pity. Well, let's keep going.
I don't care about the myths. So guys, how are y'all today, huh? How are you guys? You know, let's take a little break and just figure out what y'all did today, you know?
Theseus, son of Aegeus. He's the one who slayed the Minotaur. Looks like a crack has been made on his torso.
Thrust the sword into the crack.
Well, we'll soon see. Theseus. Wrongly positioned. I am the blind hero. I wasn't expecting an inscription like that. He's the son of Aegeus. He became the mythical king of Athens, the unifying king. Pity, he's generally only remembered for having slayed the Minotaur. I wonder if Mother managed to solve this enigma. I wonder what this kiosk is doing in the middle of the garden. Too cramped to be able to do much. Well, there must be something going on there. What is that? It's like a sort of opening mechanism.
Nope, it's about to stab me.
Knowing Mortimer, I bet it's booby-trapped. There's a little hole at the fingers. I'm pretty sure if I get it wrong, I'll get pricked. Damn you, Mortimer. Reminds me of traps I studied in Egyptian tombs. Knowing Mortimer, I bet it's booby-trapped. There's a little hole at the fingers.
Really?
I'm pretty sure if I get it wrong, I'll get pricked. Damn you, Mortimer.
Damn you, Mortimer.
Traps I studied in Egyptian tombs. It's up to the just to deliver judgment. Truth unlocks all possibilities. It looks like this slab moves. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if there was a passageway underneath it.
Pasiphae, daughter of Perseus and sister of Circe. She married Minos and became the queen of Crete.
She has no cracks. For once justice is done, she won't pay for the errors of the others.
Wow.
Deliverance alone suffices not to wash away my humiliation.
What?
All right, well, let's continue anyways. Daedalus. He's the architect of the labyrinth, and if I'm not mistaken, he's also the father of Icarus.
Hey, there's a crack in this statue, too. The crack is thin and about as long as a finger. I am the architect of my own demise.
What the fuck am I supposed to do?
Minos, son of Zeus and Europa. If I remember correctly, he was the king of Crete. Married to Pasiphae, he had many children, including the famous Ariadne, whom history remembers for her thread. Hey, there's a crack in that statue. The crack is in the region of the heart. It's a thin crack as long as a finger. A blade could easily enter. His gesture sealed his fate. Theseus. Let's try something else instead.
So 1, 2, buckle my shoe, 3, 4. What do I do?
You again? God damn it, are you following me?
Wouldn't dream of it, sir.
What brings you here?
I tell you what I'm looking for, Monsieur Peru. Will you promise to keep it to yourself?
Hell no. And anybody who gives you a promise like that is an unmitigated liar. Trust no one, Monsieur de Richet, or you'll soon be a dead man. I bid you good luck. You'll need it.
Ariadne. In Greek mythology, she helped Theseus get through the labyrinth. Looks like there's a crack in the region of the heart. I guide this sword that will kill the monster. Let's see.
She said she guides the sword.
Try something else.
She guides the sword to lead to the attacker. Follow the string.
Theseus. Looks like a crack has been made on his torso.
Alright. Well, if I get pricked, I get pricked. Is your mama... Fuck!
What's wrong? Either I'm imagining things or my hand was pricked. It had poison on it. My head. I feel hot. Theseus.
No way I could die from a little ass prick.
Let's try something else instead. Minos. The crack is in the region of the heart.
Well, try and error. Try and error. If I die to a prick, then I die to a prick. Can we all say that we died to a prick? No? Well then... Too bad. Poke me again, bitch. The funny part is, I had a feeling it was him too. I was like, should be. Well, go down. Cause I got pricked.
Again?
I only got pricked once! Once!
You can't be serious, Manuel. You know that's not going to happen.
Oh.
You must leave me alone now. I have agreed to everything. Even to...
Agreed? I wasn't aware you had a choice.
What's going on here?
What now? What else must I do to win back my freedom?
Your freedom?
Obey me. Now get out!
Whoa. Oh yeah, he got the superpower.
What was that? That's the third time in 3 days.
Yeah, wipe it off.
Let's see if you're in there, Mother.
I think that's the girl's twin sister. As you recall, she did die. Use the gun to remove your negative. Ooh, is that jelly? Oh.
Bandages? Someone's been patching themselves up. Looks like my mother took advantage of being in hiding to change her bandages, huh? This is silk. She must have used her own clothes. There are patches where the blood isn't totally clotted. That's a good sign, right? She changed them recently, which proves she's still looking after herself and still believes in her chances. Well, I'd love to tell her to keep hanging in there.
Inspector Gadget.
Pretty basic. She'll be lucky if she doesn't get an infection.
Really? Mama? Mama? Is that you, Mama? Oh, Mama!
Damn it, Mother. Now what's happened?
Who's this? George Washington. George Washington. It's George Washington. Well, I think that's going to be the end of this episode. Into the Lion's Den. Well, guys, I hope you had a good time. If I'm feeling up to it, you know, episode 3 and 4. If y'all want episode 5, please give me the money and I'll buy episode 5. But please, 3 and 4. Love you. Well, it was a pleasure having y'all, like always. Hope you had a good time. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, tell your friends about me, tell everyone, tell your family, tell your grandmother, tell your dog, tell your cats, tell everyone, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, hope you enjoyed the stream. See you in the next video. Bye-bye!